5 01 811 8055. Remember, there's a reward in this case of £5,000 on conviction. You can call British Transport Police if you want on 01 380 1400. That's 01 380 1400.
Well, now back to Superintendent David Hatcher with another file of faces whom police would like to interview in connection with their inquiries.
First, do you recognise this man? His name is George Edward Bell, and my colleagues in Taunton, Somerset, believe he may have some vital information about a series of frauds from which nearly £1.7 million has been obtained. We know that between April 1986 and December 1988, Bell set up 4 companies, 3 in the West Midlands and a garage business in Taunton. He's described as 5 foot 10 inches tall, slim, with shoulder-length grey hair and a tattoo of a pigeon on his right arm. He sometimes calls himself John George Bell, and if you know his whereabouts, please ring us now. Next, this man is being sought by London's Flying Squad officers. He's seen here in November in the Nationwide Anglia Building Society in Haringey. The staff saw that he had a handgun tucked into his trouser waistband. He passed over a note demanding money, but the staff refused to give him any, and he left empty-handed. We think that the same man has committed 2 further armed robberies in London, the most recent on the 7th of February at a bank in Westbourne Grove. He looks about 35 years old. He's 5 foot 8 inches tall, with brown wavy hair and an Irish accent. So far he's got away with over £2,000. Call us if you recognise him. Next, we'd like to speak to Anton Reardon about the murder of a man in West London. On the evening of the 4th of March, 28-year-old Ronnie Registe died of stab wounds to the neck. He'd been staying at Lavenden House on the Lisson Green estate in Paddington. Reardon is 30 years old, 5 foot 7 inches tall and stocky. He has light brown curly hair and a half-inch scar above each eye. If you know where he is, please get in touch. And finally, we'd like to talk to Alan Ross Doherty, who might have information about the theft of chequebooks and cards from university students in Oxford. Over the last 4 years, the total value of cheques stolen and fraudulently cashed has been over £20,000. In Lewisham, South London, as recently as a month ago, stolen cheques from an Oxford student were being used in a number of shops. Doherty is 5 foot 9 inches tall, stockily built, with brown eyes and thick black hair, going grey. He talks with a soft Scottish accent. If you've seen him or any of our photo call faces, please call us now.
And the number, of course, 01 811 8055. That's 01 811 8055.
And we're getting a lot of calls this evening. We've had some in particular of great interest. On the Southampton robber, the photo call case, we've had a large number of calls, all identifying this man. It's the one with, if you might remember, with the sweatshirt with "Life" printed on the front. The officer in charge is particularly keen for one distressed caller to call again for more details. On the Michael Fahy murder, a woman has called claiming that it was she who flagged down the taxi, having seen those youths running away from the patch of waste ground where Michael Fahy's body was found. The officer in charge would very much like her to call again. We do need more details, and the call will be in confidence. Also, there's a caller who's rung giving the name and address of somebody who's been bragging that they know the full story behind Michael Fahy's murder. So we're hoping that we can get more details from that. We also had a call from somebody on a case from last month. That was the Middlesbrough jewellery robbery, where £26,000 worth of rings were stolen. Well, somebody has rung to say that they know something very important about that. We can't actually give you any more information at the moment. Suffice it to say that investigating officers are at the moment on their way to investigate that call. And as our calls continue to come in, we're going to be able to give you more news, I hope, in our update programme at 11:15 after question time. The lines here will be open until midnight, so if you haven't got through yet, please do keep trying. The numbers of the Investigating Police Force headquarters are on CFAX, page 186, or you can write to us if you like at Crime Watch UK, BBC Television, London W12 7RJ. If you can't stay until our update tonight, there'll be an up-to-the-minute progress report tomorrow morning on Open Air at 11:40, and we'll see you next month on Crime Watch on Thursday, May the 11th.
It's perhaps ironic that we show you some of the most serious crimes each month and then end by saying don't have nightmares. But it's just because these cases are unusually serious that police especially need your help. Despite the news tonight, violent crime is still a much smaller risk than many of us imagine. So don't have nightmares, do sleep well. Good night.
Good night.